Okay, guys, I've got all my pieces die cut. So let's go ahead and put these cards together. I'll start with this one. It's pretty simple. I'm going to take and on this loopy piece, I'll go ahead and adhere that to the center of my Bermuda Bay stamped piece. Again, I'm going to line up 3 bumps with 3 bumps and it'll be perfect. And I'll pop this up onto my card just as soon as I find my dimensionals. I guess it probably means we're going to need a new sheet. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just pop this up in the center like that. And then I'm going to just adhere this underneath by tucking this in like so. Okay, so we've got that. Then I want to add a sentiment to my card. So to do that, I'm actually going to go outside of the class set. I know, shocking. And I'm just going to add a sentiment going across here. Now you can cut a strip from your leftover scraps of white to fit your sentiment. So if you're using a little bit wider one, you can cut a wider strip and so forth. I'm going to stamp this in some black memento, and I'm using the Thinking of You that comes from the Vine Design stamp set. This is in the Occasions catalog, or the January to July catalog, January to June catalog, you know. Okay, I will trim this to 4 inches. And let's see, is my little trimmer handy? Okay, and then this will line up with my white panel. All right. And last but not least, of course, we have to embellish. So I'll take one of my Elegant Gems and place this right in the center. I'm going to use, where's my new pack of these? See, now my desk is so messy, I can't find anything. I know it's here. Here we go. Told you. So we'll just put that in the center, and first card done. Oh, love it. Okay, next card. We're going to do this one next. For this one, I've got just a little bit more stamping to do. I'm going to take my black ink and I'm going to stamp the center of these 2 flowers like so on there. That looks fabulous. Then I also am going to add my sentiment. This one is going to be from the, let's see, Best Year stamp set. And we're just going to put the thank you kind of up here. That looks great. And then we'll arrange everything. So we've die cut these 2 large branches. We've got 2 of these flowers and 2 of these flowers. So what I want to do with this is, first of all, this one got off just slightly. I mean, it's not really bad, but that's what we're going to hide underneath the other flower. So I'll adhere this one directly to my card like so, leaving a little bit of space because I can take and pop in my leaves just like that. Now you can remove the centers of those leaves. They might fall out, or you can just kind of let them fall out or do a little mix of each. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever your preference is. But I'm going to take and just tuck that in under there like so. I love that you can kind of just pop off however many you need. All right, I'll put a dimensional in the center of this flower. And like I said, we're going to cover up that space where it's just a little off. Okay, and we'll take maybe the small leaf and one of our small flowers. We'll pop this one up. Got a mini dimensional, a regular dimensional fit under here too though. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of tuck that in right there, and we're going to add a leaf like so. Kind of right in between them. Okay, next up we're going to take and adhere this flower directly to our card, tuck it in just a little bit like so, and then we're going to add a couple more leaves to the bottom here. Okay, so I've got one right there. I can take and put one over here. And then I can even add one more of these small ones, kind of right up in there. And of course, the last thing we'll do is embellish. You know I love a good embellishment on a card. There we go. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now, let's take and put a couple larger ones in the center of the larger flowers, and then a couple. I need some new tacky. This isn't even sticky anymore. Okay, then we'll take a couple small ones for the small flowers, and then you could even add a couple more just around to kind of fill everything out. So, oh, another beautiful card. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's do this one. Of course, I'll save this piece because I might want it for something in the future, so that's fine. Okay, on this card, we're going to take and first, we're going to take and build our little flower up. So I'll pop. Actually, I'm going to glue dot this one on. And then I'll pop up the whole flower. So we'll glue dot that to the center of our daffodil flower. Then we will pop up this whole piece. I found my old dimensionals. Okay. I don't know if there's really a right or a wrong to this, but sometimes it just feels better one way or the other. Oops. Okay. So I love the solid colors here against this sponged background. So we'll put our two leaves in there like that. Now what I want to do is take and tie some of my yellow ribbon. My bumblebee ribbon. I love this bumblebee ribbon because it kind of goes with lots of shades of the yellows we've got. So that's very nice. So I'm going to tie a knot way over on the end over here. And then I'm going to add my sentiment. I'm going to use congratulations. And that is from the Here's a Card stamp set. So I'm just using a variety of sentiments from a variety of different sets so that I've got kind of an all occasion set of cards here, you know, in the end. I'm going to pop this whole panel up. I bet you were expecting that to happen because as you know, everything's better popped up. Words to live by. Okay, we'll pop this whole thing up, and then our sentiment will again be on a scrap of our white. And I just happen to have a little piece right here. And as with all of these, we'll stamp this in black memento. Okay. And we'll punch the end of this. Probably need to punch it a couple times to get it to the right length. There we go. Perfect. And then I'm going to adhere this right on top of my ribbon. So I'll just straighten this out. There we go. It's on there crooked. No one likes that. And then this can hang over the end just a bit, and that's fine. And then there's our bow. And if you need to glue dot this so it doesn't stick out where you don't want it, that's fine. Okay, last but not least, we're going to add a little gem to the center, of course. And I'll take one of these medium sparkly ones. There we go. Or I guess they're clear, but they sparkle nonetheless. Okay. Oh, another super cute card. Okay, and our last card, I saved the best for last because this is my favorite. For this one, I am going to stamp Miss You. This is from the set Wonderful as You, which is in the Occasions catalog. And I'm just going to stamp that up here in the corner. Oh, so cute. Sorry, that gasp wasn't supposed to be scary. Okay, now what I need to do is arrange my 3 flowers on here. Now each one of them is going to have one of those centers popped up on it. So I'm going to take and put one here, and one here, and one here. We'll fit in our leaves, and then of course we'll pop each of these up with a dimensional, mini dimensional. This card just makes me all kinds of happy. It's just, I mean, oh, can you imagine getting this in the mail? Wouldn't that just make you feel so special? All right, so I'm going to pop that in here, this one in here, and this one in here. Okay, I'm going to pop this one up onto my card. And then we're going to tuck in all of those leaves. I'm going to curl the leaves ever so slightly. Okay. And then there's sort of a bulby end. That's the end I'm going to have sticking out. I don't know. I don't think it matters. So I'll just give them a little curl, and you should have 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So now I'll take and put each of these on with a glue dot. Rip that off and tuck these in. And the idea is definitely to get the kind of borders of this DSP covered, but also to arrange them in a visually appealing manner, of course. And I, again, love the pop of Granny Apple Green against the kind of black and white, and then the pop of the color as well. I just think that Granny Apple looks so fantastic. Oh, isn't that awesome? course, we're just going to take it one more level to Nirvana, and that would be with these cute little gems on here. Oh, sweet goodness. I love this. Oh, so much. And there we go. Oh, so cute. All right, so those are our cards. Now we need to put them in a box. So you've got, oh, and then these white pieces can go on the inside of your card, and you can stamp, you know, the coordinating colors of flowers on the inside just to dress it up. Now for the box, you've got two pieces. One's just ever so slightly larger than the other, and I do mean ever so slightly. We're going to take and score all sides at 1 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so make sure you score, don't cut. And I have a certain amount of experience in this where I've cut when I wanted to score, and that makes me crazy. So hopefully I can get all the way around without messing up. I can do it. I know I can do it. I'm a good stamper. Gosh darn it, I'm worth a nice box for my cards. Does that remind you of some affirmations by Jack Handy or something? It was a Saturday Night Live sketch back in the probably early to mid 90s, I suspect. Back when Dina was in high school. I graduated in 92. So long ago. I know you guys are going to tell me I'm a spring chicken. Some of you. Others of you are going to say, oh my gosh, I had no idea you were so old. Okay, so we're going to just create a box. And to do that, you're going to cut on one of the two corner pieces. Doesn't matter which, just pick one and keep it even. And then I'm going to notch into the square, not the rectangle, but the square part. Okay, so cut on the score line and then notch in slightly. Cut on the score line, notch in slightly, and one more cut on the score line. Okay, same thing on the other piece. And one of these is the top and one of these is the bottom. And we may not know till we try putting them together. Okay. Then, of course, having a bone folder is really helpful to making a nice squared off box. And you can use whatever kind of adhesive works best for you. I'm going to use Seal Plus because it's just really strong stuff. Love that. Okay, so let's fold in on those score lines. Give it a good crease. Same thing over here. Okay, so when I'm putting a box together like this, like I said, I'm going to use my Seal Plus because this is really strong stuff. I'm going to put a couple lines on each tab, and then I'm going to do the two ends together. Oh. Let's fix that, and there we go. Okay, so we'll do our two ends, get them lined up, and we'll do these two ends. And then give them a little squeeze. Okay, same thing for over here. Do two ends at once. For other adhesives, if you don't have Seal Plus, you can do tear and tape or liquid glue. Both will work very nicely for this. I wouldn't do regular seal, and I would not do snail if you still have snail. They're just not strong enough to hold a box like this together, and after all of this effort, you don't want your project to fall apart. That would just be the worst. Okay, so there we go. Get rid of that little notch. All right, so let's see which one is which. There we go. One is going to be ever so slightly bigger than the other, and it will fit on top. Okay, like so. So there's our box. All right, now we're going to open this up, and we're going to put our 4 unbelievably amazing cards in here. Okay. And we'll close this up. Now what we want to do is get a piece of DSP that is 4 inches by 12 inches. Okay, oh, just amazing. All right, so I have already cut a 4-inch piece, and what I did is I basically am taking the center and putting it on the top of my box. And I kind of started creasing this around, but I waited for the rest. I'm doing the little diamond pattern, as you can see. I'm just going to wrap it around my box like so. And then you're going to see it's going to overlap about 1/2 inch, which is perfect. Okay, so we're going to put 1/2 inch worth of Seal Plus, just 1 strip close to the edge. And we're going to wrap this around. Now, alternatively, what you could do, and you don't have to have this wrapped super tight because we do want it to slide off. Oops. Speaking of, I might have wrapped mine a little too tight. That's okay. Well, we might not ever give our cards back out here. That's not true. They will come out. Okay. But I can tell you what the problem is. And when I was making my box, I noticed this. There's just a little overhang there, and that was actually catching on my DSP. So I'm going to trim that off. And it won't be a problem. It's just that tiny little bit was catching. Okay, so that's good. All right, now let's decorate this. Okay. And it might be that this is a little too tight. So what I can do is pull this apart. Now, again, this is brilliant because you've got a little bit of wiggle room. And I just put that on a little bit looser. And it's going to fit on my box, I swear. Now it is sliding a lot easier, so we can get it on and off easier. Okay, so I'm going to set that down centered. All right, then what I want to do is decorate. So I'm going to start with my strip here. And what I want to do with this is I'm going to start by putting this in my triple banner punch. And this is 1.5 inches, so it'll fit right in the middle. Give it a punch. I like doing that first just to make sure that where you're stamping it is where you want it to be. Then I'm going to stamp happy on here with some of my black Memento ink. And I want the H to be at the end of the banner punch. Okay, so we'll just stamp happy right there. Fabulous. And then I want to add a little sending lots of happy because I think that's perfect. We'll do that in some Mango Melody. Of course, you could do whatever color you'd like. There you go. All right, now this is going to go on the top of our box and it'll stick off a little bit like that. Now you want to adhere it only to the DSP, not to the box, because we want that DSP to slide off eventually. So we've put adhesive only on the box, or only on the DSP part, not on the box. All right, last but not least, we die cut all those pieces earlier. Do you remember that whole pile of stuff that we die cut? So let's kind of take and arrange these. We've got 3 flowers. I guess I made an extra one of those I didn't really need, but that's okay. We're gonna take and put these on with glue dots onto the corresponding flower. I'm kind of skipping the glue dot, but we'll come back in and use those. Okay, so I've got my Poppy Parade, and we're gonna line the 3 bumps up with 3 bumps. Okay, and I'm just gonna set these on here to kind of arrange them the way I want, and then I'll start adhering things. Then we've got our Mango Melody. 3 bumps, 3 bumps. And we've got Coastal Cabana, the color that lets us know God loves us. So awesome. Where are my 3 bumps? There we go. Okay, then to kind of balance things out, I added a couple of these Magenta Madness flowers. And then, of course, lots of these. And, you know, we're going to add embellishments too, of course. So again, we're just going to get everything oriented the way we want it. And then we'll start adhering. So maybe put one there. There. And one more kind of down in here, like so. Oh my gosh, isn't that awesome? Okay, so first let's take and I'm gonna put a dimensional on this one because we'll pop this baby up on top. And then we'll glue these 2 down. Okay. Now, I tried to add ribbon to this, and I couldn't figure out a way that I liked the ribbon on it. So I don't know. You can maybe experiment with that a little bit and see if you can find a way you like it. I just couldn't quite get it to the way I wanted it to be. I do like adding the dimensional or the curling of the different petals and leaves and things too. I think that adds a nice touch. You can even put that one on top. Tuck a leaf in. Oh no. Oh my gosh, I picked up, well actually, I can just tuck that in under here. I was gonna say I picked up a glue dot by mistake. I think it was one of those ones I skipped earlier. There's one more. Oh, I just love this so much, you guys. I mean, isn't this like the most amazing set of cards ever? Oh, they just make me happy. I think I might dream about them tonight. Okay, so I've got my 2 leaves. Sometimes when you can't get your nail under there, take your pick tool's good at making that happen. Oh, so beautiful. And like I said, I tried to fit ribbon on here, like tying a bow and just adding it. And I just didn't like how it sat anywhere. So, maybe you can mess around with it if you want, if you give it a try. I just couldn't get it to work, and I don't know why. I suppose we can try one more time. I just didn't like the orientation of it anywhere. But it was for sure my intent to get some ribbon on here. And I don't know, maybe like that. I just can't, part of it is I can't decide, and my indecision doesn't make anything better. I tried putting it there too, and I thought that looked dumb. Yeah, I don't like it. Oh, maybe that's what I need. Well, that might work. That is one area I did not try. You have to tell me what you think about the ribbon. Put it right there. Again, making sure you're on the DSP, not on the... Ooh, and you know what? I did glue a little bit of this. Just one leaf. Not too bad. So I'm actually going to pull this glue dot off my leaf, which actually you can do relatively easy. Then I'm going to put the dot on the front of the leaf so I can stick it like this. There we go. And now there's not adhesive on the back, so we're good. Okay, so this is our gloriously fabulous boxed set of cards. Oh, but wait, there's more. Obviously, we had to put some gems on here, of course. Goodness. Like we would skip them. Okay. Now, you could add those little centers if you wanted. I did, but that's certainly an option. You could put black centers in. Whatever your sweetheart desires, you can do with this. And oh, it is just so cute. So let me know what you think of the bow in the comments. I hope you have loved these projects so much and they just make you happy and inspired to play with this set. It is truly my dreams come true for stamping. I loved everything about my set and I hope you love it as much as I do. Thank you guys so much for your business and support. Of course, I could never have $1 million set if it weren't for your help along the way. And I really appreciate you being here for me. And I hope you've loved the inspiration I've been giving to you as well. Thank you again so much. We'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.